Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
Dude.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah.
Me, Skip, I think Floyd just look. Floyd, you done made enough money. Is there any way the media can find out? You already know you're doing something wrong. The mere fact that you don't want anybody to know. So you know you're doing something wrong. And Skip, he wanted to seem so philanthropic. He wanted to change the perception of.
But sometimes we have good nights, sometimes we have bad nights, but we always have good paydays.
After a jaw-dropping $402 million scam, the undefeated champ is facing more than financial loss. Shannon Sharpe isn't pulling any punches either. He's furious, disappointed, and accusing Floyd of financial recklessness. But here's where it gets complicated. Mayweather says he's misunderstood. Just a man who made bold moves in business, chasing freedom and legacy, not just dollar signs. Is he a visionary or a cautionary tale? From luxury watches to affordable housing claims, viral money flexes to exhibition fights against YouTubers, this is the messy money saga of Floyd Money Mayweather. And the internet is split. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Like this video and subscribe. 98% of you watch without subscribing, and it helps a ton. Done? Awesome. Now let's get into it.
The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
Floyd Mayweather, boxing's billionaire icon and self-proclaimed king of cash, has just been blindsided, not by a left hook, but by a financial scam that allegedly drained $42 million from his empire. The internet lit up like Vegas strip lights as the story broke. How could someone who flaunts million-dollar watches, private jets, and duffel bags full of cash fall victim to a con of this magnitude? Enter Shannon Sharpe, never one to hold back his opinions. He didn't mince words. You make $230 million and forget to pay taxes. Come on, Floyd. His voice cracked with disbelief, laced with frustration.
Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows.
For Sharpe, it wasn't just about the money. It was about responsibility, accountability, and how someone at the top of the financial food chain could let something this huge slip through the cracks. The moment those words dropped, social media exploded. Was this the downfall of Money Mayweather, or just a messy bump in the road for boxing's most polarizing mogul? As details of the scandal unraveled, Shannon Sharpe doubled down, voicing what many fans were already thinking but didn't dare say out loud. His tone wasn't just critical, it was deeply disappointed. He explained that Mayweather operates as an independent contractor, meaning when he pockets a $200 million fight purse, it's up to him, not a payroll department, to calculate taxes, pay the IRS, and satisfy both state and federal financial requirements. This ain't your manager's job. This is your job.
And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what
You owe them about half of that.
Yeah.
Sharpe emphasized, laying bare the brutal truth about self-made wealth. It demands discipline. Sharpe wasn't just talking finances, and he was talking legacy. In his eyes, Floyd didn't just lose money, he lost credibility. The backlash snowballed quickly. Fans split into two camps, one accusing Mayweather of financial irresponsibility, the other defending him as a man who takes bold risks and lives life on his own terms. Is Floyd just reckless with money, or is he a visionary willing to risk it all for the big payoff? That question hit harder than any punch in the ring. For a man who built his career on precision and control, the idea that he could be this exposed financially was jarring. It sparked a cultural debate, not just about money management, but about what it really means to be successful when the spotlight never turns off.
To do different things, we're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things.
After days of silence and mounting speculation, Floyd Mayweather finally addressed the headlines, not with rage, but with clarity. In a rare candid moment, he peeled back the layers of his larger-than-life persona to offer a glimpse into the man behind the money brand. Money doesn't make me. I make money. he said calmly, almost defiantly. For Floyd, wealth has always been more than material. It's a language, a legacy, a passport to possibilities he never had growing up. He spoke about money not as a status symbol, but as a means to take care of his family, to travel the world, and to experience a life that once felt out of reach. He emphasized that financial success had always been about freedom, not flexing. We can't feed our family just by saying, "I love you," he said. Money allows us to create better lives. His words didn't erase the scandal, but they reframed it.
Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, the public wasn't seeing Floyd the showman. They were seeing Floyd the human being, a man with pride, with pain, and with a complicated relationship to the empire he built from scratch. But even in vulnerability, Mayweather never backed away from his bold approach to wealth. He admitted that his financial strategy has always been unconventional, a self-described gambler in business, someone who plays big because he believes the biggest rewards only come to those who take the biggest risks. He's poured millions into investments most people wouldn't touch, into ventures people barely understand. But Mayweather sees opportunity where others see chaos. His philosophy? Bet big, fail fast, and keep going. And by his own admission, 9 times out of 10, those bets don't pay off. 90% of the time you lose, he confessed. But that one win? It changes everything. It's a mentality forged in the ring. High pressure, high stakes, and only one shot to get it right. Some call it fearless, others call it foolish. But this calculated recklessness is what built the Mayweather brand.
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family.
Same instinct that made him a boxing legend now fuels his business empire. Still, it raises the question, is this ambition at its finest, or ego disguised as enterprise? Because when you're playing with millions, one bad bet isn't just a loss, it's a legacy at risk. Nowhere is that risk more visible than in the ring, or what's left of it. In recent years, Mayweather's name has been tied less to world titles and more to exhibition matches that some critics say feel more like scripted entertainment than real sport. The fight with Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, became a lightning rod for controversy. And Shannon Sharpe, once again, didn't hold back. He likened these fights to WWE spectacles, more performance than pugilism, arguing that Mayweather wasn't preserving his legacy. He was auctioning it off for pay-per-view buys. At what point is enough enough? Sharpe asked. You were 50-0, undefeated, untouchable. Why keep getting in the ring with opponents who pose no real threat just for a quick payday?
You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience.
For fans, it was a gut check. On one hand, it's Floyd's right to earn however he chooses. On the other, every exhibition bout chips away at the mystique that made him invincible. The contrast is stark. Once the most feared man in boxing, now seen dancing around a ring with influencers. Is it business brilliance or the slow fate of a legend who can't let go? That's the question echoing through the boxing world as Mayweather continues to straddle the line between icon and entertainer. As headlines about the $402 million scam began to fade, Floyd Mayweather resurfaced with another bold claim, this time far from the ring. In interviews and press mentions, he announced a massive real estate acquisition, 62 buildings, over 1,000 apartment units in New York City, purchased from Black Spruce Management. The deal, he said, was aimed at providing affordable housing, giving back to the communities that reflected his humble roots. On paper, it sounded like a redemption arc, the fighter turned landlord, trading knockouts for neighborhoods. But soon, the narrative hit turbulence. Property records showed no official change in ownership. The NYC Housing Partnership hadn't been notified of any sale. And when reporters reached out to verify the claims, they were met with vague answers and voice calls featuring a man who introduced himself as James McNair, a familiar name in Mayweather's inner circle, yet his voice didn't match previous public recordings. No signatures, no deeds, no official paper trail. just bold talk and blurred details.
Hey, who said Floyd ain't still out here doing big deals? Money Mayweather just inked a massive $402 million real estate deal in New York City, buying up 60 apartment buildings from Black Spruce Management.
Was this a real business move or a strategic smokescreen to shift attention from financial missteps? As the facts grew murky, the question grew louder. Is Floyd really stacking assets or just stacking headlines? To understand how Mayweather got here, from real estate mystery to exhibition controversy, you have to rewind the clock to one of the boldest moments in sports business history. Back in 2006, with a record of 36-0 and millions already in the bank, Floyd made a move that would define his entire financial philosophy. He bet on himself, literally, against advice, against tradition, and against the biggest names in boxing. He paid $750,000 out of his own pocket to buy out his contract with top-rank promotions. That one act, high risk, all in, launched the empire we know today. From that point on, Mayweather wasn't just a fighter, he was the CEO of his own brand. He kept full control of every fight, every purse, every pay-per-view, and it paid off. In just 1 year, he made $25 million fighting Oscar de la Hoya. The move was bold, brilliant, and undeniably dangerous. But fast forward to now, and with talk of scams, shady deals, and flashy distractions, and that once clear vision feels clouded. The same mentality that built his fortune now seems to be the same one putting it at risk.
Oscar reaching, having trouble finding Mayweather. There'll be a lot of that.
And Oscar's doing a very good job of neutralizing Mayweather.
He fights in staccato bursts. He likes it that way.
What happened between the $750,000 bet and the $42 million loss? Somewhere along the way, the narrative shifted. The man who once outsmarted the system might now be getting outplayed by it. Floyd Mayweather's record still stands. 50 wins, 0 losses, a perfect resume in a brutal sport. He's earned over $1 billion in career revenue, negotiated his own contracts, and defied the odds without ever needing a traditional manager. But the cracks are starting to show. Critics wonder if the man once praised for mastering the business of boxing is now chasing diminishing returns. From glitzy exhibition matches to unverifiable real estate plays, every move feels less like strategy and more like spectacle.
The equivalent of 1,000 apartment units. Now, Floyd said the goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to families that need it. Most of the units are located in Upper Manhattan. And he said that when he was a kid, his dream was just to be able to own a home, and that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it.
The man who once made the world pay to see him win now profits from people wanting to see him fall. And the danger isn't just financial, it's reputational. Every exhibition bout, every sketchy business headline chips away at the mystique that made Mayweather untouchable. And yet, the allure remains. There's still talk of one last mega fight, maybe a rematch with Conor McGregor, a final chapter worthy of his legacy, or perhaps a trap he can't afford to take. At 45, does Floyd have one more real fight left in him? And if so, what's really at stake? The payday or the pride? So now we're left with a complex portrait. Is Floyd Mayweather building generational wealth, expanding his empire into real estate, and giving back to underserved communities? Or is he gambling it all away, chasing headlines and slowly unraveling a legacy that took decades to build? The truth may lie somewhere in the middle. A man who defied the odds for so long, now trying to balance fame, fortune, and freedom in a world that's always watching. But what do you think? Is Mayweather still in control, or has the empire started to slip? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Floyd, admiring the hustle, or Team Sharpe, demanding more accountability? And don't forget to hit that like button if you want more deep dives into the wild world of boxing, money, and fame. Next time, we're breaking down how celebrity exhibition fights are rewriting the rules of combat sports, and who's really winning in this new era of boxing entertainment. Alright guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.